Once again, there are plenty of rumors about Pirates of the Caribbean 6. According to the Diz Insider, Jack Sparrow, Will Turner, and Elizabeth Swann are all set to return in the planned reboot or sequel. However, the website doesn't mention who will be cast in these roles. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer has repeatedly confirmed that Pirates of the Caribbean 6 will feature not only a number of new faces, but also some familiar characters from the previous movies. Orlando Bloom has already expressed interest in returning, while Keira Knightley has firmly ruled out any involvement. And Johnny Depp is still waiting for his 1 million alpacas anyway. There's still many unanswered questions surrounding the project. For example, it's unclear who will direct it, and official announcements remain scarce. Insiders expect that Disney won't reveal concrete information about the film until the D23 Expo in the summer of 2026 at the earliest. Until then, much remains speculation. Things are moving quickly now. Only recently, Denis Villeneuve was confirmed as the director for the next 007 film. Now there's first reports about the cast. The British magazine The Sun claims to have learned that the Hollywood star Sydney Sweeney is being considered as the so-called Bond girl. She's reportedly, quote, the top name on the casting sheet for Bond. Moreover, the source says, Denis believes she's hugely talented, as well as having an alluring appeal to younger generations, vital in modernizing the franchise. The actress would be athletic enough for the action scenes of a Bond film. In addition, Sweeney is reportedly friends with both Villeneuve and Amazon boss Jeff Bezos. As is well known, Amazon took creative control of the spy franchise some time ago. Now, no cast member has been officially confirmed so far. Speculation continues to run wild, especially regarding who will succeed Daniel Craig as James Bond. Among the names circulating in the rumor mill are Aaron Taylor Johnson, fan favorite Henry Cavill, and Rebel Ridge actor Aaron Pierre. However, 007 fans can look forward to the new Bond film's casting announcement in the near future. According to insider reports, shooting for the new 007 film is set to begin in 2026. These headlines caused a stir. Disney is working on an Indiana Jones reboot. A new actor is set to take on the role. The source of the rumors, the Diz Insider, a website specializing in Disney leaks. The news spread quickly. Indiana Jones is a legendary franchise, but one that is clearly getting on in years, at least on the big screen. Most recently, The Dial of Destiny failed to impress at the box office, and the reviews were mixed as well. A recurring topic, Harrison Ford's age. Even director James Mangold saw this as an explanation for the flop in hindsight. You have a wonderful, brilliant actor who's in his 80s, but his audience on one other level doesn't want to confront their hero at that age. But the question is, how would anything have made the audience happy with that, other than having to start over again with a new guy? Now, a reboot with a younger actor would indeed make sense. But as is often the case with rumors, wishful thinking is usually at play. Hollywood insider Jeff Snyder has since weighed in and tampered the enthusiasm. Lucasfilm's current focus is primarily on Star Wars, especially the upcoming movies The Mandalorian and Grogu and Starfighter. While an indie reboot is more than likely, work on it is still years away. But what are your thoughts? Would you be interested in a new Indiana Jones series with a new actor? And who do you think could take on the role? Or should this chapter of film history simply be closed? We're looking forward to your comments. Filming for the grand finale of the Dune saga has begun. According to Variety, the title of the blockbuster has also been revealed. It's simply Dune Part 3. Right on time for the start of filming, director Denis Villeneuve posted a first photo on X, showing the desert of Arrakis. Just like the previous movies, the interior scenes will be shot in Budapest, and the exterior scenes are likely to be filmed once again in Jordan and the United Arab Emirates. From a technical standpoint, Dune Part 3 once again has big ambitions. As with the previous installments, Villeneuve is relying on stunning visuals, this time even partially in the IMAX format. At first, there was some confusion suggesting that the movie would be shot entirely in the large format, similar to Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. In reality, however, the use of IMAX is limited to a few particularly spectacular scenes. Denis Villeneuve emphasized to Variety that the film is not a traditional conclusion to the trilogy. The first two movies were conceived as a single, cohesive work, complete adaptation of the first novel. The new film, however, will be deliberately different and have its own identity. The story centers on the reign of Paul Atreides, Who's at the peak of his power after the events of the first two movies? Although the title of the second novel, Dune Messiah, was not officially adopted, the storyline remains largely the same. The theatrical release of Dune Part 3 is still scheduled for December 18th, 2026. Filming for the Harry Potter series has officially begun. The new trio of heroes was already introduced a while ago. Now we see Harry actor Dominic McLaughlin for the first time in his new role, with his typical Hogwarts school uniform, round glasses, and the iconic scar. We also got the first photo of Nick Frost as Hagrid. The Hogwarts gamekeeper is well known to be one of Harry, Hermione, and Ron's closest allies. And the casting of additional characters has also been announced. Perhaps the most exciting for fans is the reveal of who will play Neville Longbottom. He'll be portrayed by newcomer Rory Wilmot. Harry's cousin Dudley Dursley, in turn, will be played by Amos Kitson, and he too is a newcomer to acting. It's also been announced that wandmaker Ollivander will be played by Anton Lesser this time. Lesser is best known for his role as Qyburn in Game of Thrones, but more recently, he appeared in the acclaimed Star Wars series Andor. Meanwhile, flying instructor Madam Hooch will be played by Louise Brealey. She's best known for her role as Molly Hooper in the popular Sherlock series starring Benedict Cumberbatch. The Harry Potter series will debut in 2027 on HBO and HBO Max. It's official! Nintendo has cast the lead roles for the upcoming live-action film adaptation of The Legend of Zelda. The actors playing Link and Zelda have been revealed on social media. One of them is Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. He'll portray Link. You might know him as the voice of Pinocchio in the 2022 live-action adaptation, but he was also part of the cast of Netflix's horror series The Haunting of Bly Manor. Link is the main protagonist of Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda video game series. He's a brave young hero who repeatedly sets out on a journey to save the Kingdom of Hyrule, protect Princess Zelda, and defeat evil. Interestingly, he's the most silent in the games. This will likely not be the case in the film version. There was a small surprise regarding the casting of Princess Zelda. Although there was long speculation about Euphoria star Hunter Schafer, another actress will now step into the role of the iconic character, Bo Bragison. The actress is still a relatively unknown name in the acting world. Last year, she appeared in the Disney Plus series Renegade Nell. Zelda creator Shigeru Miyamoto also commented on the casting of the two key characters. He said he's very much looking forward to seeing the two actors in their new roles. They'll be brought to life by director Wes Ball, known for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and the Maze Runner films, and the screenplay is being penned by Jurassic World writer Derek Connolly. Nothing is known about the exact plot of the movie so far, but the live-action adaptation is scheduled to hit theaters on May 7th, 2027. What do you think of the casting? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. When it comes to the box office right now, two movies are impossible to ignore: Jurassic World and Superman. The new dinosaur adventure is truly living up to the blockbuster name, having already grossed over $380 million after just 1 week, more than double its budget. It'll be exciting to see how the Man of Steel performs in comparison. The start of the DCU is currently surrounded by a huge hype, with opening weekend revenues expected to exceed $200 million. The rumor mill is in overdrive. For years, there's been speculation about a sequel to the popular adventure series National Treasure. Now there's an update from the well-known insider Daniel Rickman. National Treasure 3 is finally said to be in development. Now, Rickman isn't always 100% accurate with his scoops, but the claim that Disney has given the green light for the sequel does seem plausible. The studio has repeatedly expressed interest in bringing the franchise back to the big screen. One of the biggest questions is, will Nicolas Cage return as Benjamin Gates? The Oscar winner has shown some skepticism in the past. As recently as last year, Cage stated that, to his knowledge, there were no plans for a third movie. Instead, Disney had been focused on the Disney Plus series National Treasure: Edge of History, which was canceled after just 1 season. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer and director John Turteltaub have remained optimistic, however. Both have repeatedly stressed in interviews that they are working on a new script and hope to bring back Nicolas Cage, along with other original cast members. Following the worldwide success of Nosferatu, director Robert Eggers is set to team up once again with Aaron Taylor Johnson. The actor will take on the lead role in the horror film Werwulf. Lily Rose Depp is also currently in talks to reunite with the director in front of the camera. Werwulf is co-written by Eggers and Icelandic screenwriter Sean. The two previously collaborated successfully on the screenplay for The Northman in 2022. The plot of Werwulf is set during a dark and violent period in medieval England, where a werewolf is making trouble. The movie is currently scheduled for release on December 25th, 2026. Another reboot is just around the corner. According to the trade magazine Deadline, production company 21 Laps Entertainment is working on a reimagining of Night at the Museum. The new movie is set to tell a completely standalone story. Like the original films, it'll of course take place in a museum, but with entirely new characters. Neither the familiar characters nor the previous lead actors, such as Ben Stiller, will be part of the reboot. The movie is being produced by Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy, who was involved in the original trilogy and directed all three movies. The release date for the reboot is still unknown. Following the huge box office success of Barbie, a whole series of film adaptations based on Mattel products was announced, and one of them is now becoming a reality. We're talking about the Hot Wheels movie. It's set to be directed by none other than Wicked director John M. Chu. According to Deadline, Jewel Taylor and Tony Rettenmeyer have been tapped to write the screenplay. The duo previously attracted attention with Creed 2 and They Cloned Tyrone. In addition to John M. Chu himself, J.J. Abrams is also involved as a producer. Details about the plot are not available yet. Hot Wheels was launched in 1968 by Mattel co-founder Elliott Handler as a sportier and cooler alternative to the Matchbox cars that dominated the market at the time. Since then, the brand has become a worldwide phenomenon. News about the cast of The Devil Wears Prada 2. Both Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep are reprising their roles for the sequel. Meanwhile, several other cast members have been confirmed. According to Variety, we'll get to see Lucy Liu, Justin Theroux, BJ Novak, and Pauline Chalamet, who is Timothée Chalamet's sister. Bridgerton star Simone Ashley has also at least teased her involvement. Of course, familiar faces cannot be missing. Tracy Toms will reprise her role as Lily, Andy Sachs' best friend. Tibor Feldman is returning as Irv Ravitz, and Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci have likewise been confirmed for The Devil Wears Prada 2. Behind the scenes, 20th Century Studios is also counting on proven talent. Director David Frankel, screenwriter Aline Brosh McKenna, and producer Wendy Feinerman are all returning for Part 2. The film is scheduled to be released on May 1st, 2026. Based on unofficial reports, the story revolves around Miranda Priestley, the feared editor-in-chief fighting to survive in a struggling fashion magazine industry. She finds herself in a power struggle with her former assistant Emily, who has since become an influential executive in the luxury business. The Lazy Cat is returning to the big screen. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Garfield 2 is officially in the works, once again with Chris Pratt voicing the title character. Even though the reviews for the last Garfield adventure were not really positive, the animated film performed strongly at the box office. The lovable cat brought in over $230 million worldwide, so therefore it's hardly surprising that a sequel is now in development. Fortunately, Garfield creator Jim Davis is once again involved as an executive producer. Now the search for a suitable director and screenwriter is currently well underway. And apart from that, information on Garfield 2 remains quite vague, and a date for the planned theatrical release has yet to be announced.